Upgrading armor in Monster Hunter. I plan on explaining the difference between normal Monster Hunter armor upgrading and Frontier armor upgrading, and how it can be brought back to more modern entries. Very simple process, right? Well, in normal Monster Hunter, it is usually. In Frontier, however, it's a little different. In normal Monster Hunter, the usual case is you take some armor spheres, throw them into the armor, and get some higher defense. Frontier, on the other hand, was designed as an MMO, so it's going to require more grinding to max out your armor. And I'll be using the Rain Frontier fan server as my reference going forward, and I'll be using the Gao armor in particular here. Gao armor, in order to upgrade the armor, it requires generic Elder Dragon parts for the second of 7 levels. The 6th level also requires some of these parts. The rest of the levels require parts from the monster the armor is made from. After hitting level 7, you need parts from hardcore monsters going back to the beginning of low rank in order to upgrade the armor to the next stage. Hardcore monsters are simply the same monsters, made harder than they are at that rank, and the Gao armor set have several stages. The first 3 stages of the Gao armor are before G rank, the rest are post G rank. And yes, you can upgrade your armor to be G rank armor. Now for the reasons you'd prioritize maxing your armor. Gao armor starts at 1 decoration slot. When you get it to level 6, it adds another slot. And on the second stage, at level 7, you get another decoration slot, giving you the max total of 3 slots. And every time you upgrade the armor to the next stage, the skills on the armor are increased. Now, the main issue with this armor upgrading system is that I don't think it should be brought back to modern entries without some changes. For starters, levels that don't affect decoration slots should only use the armor spheres for upgrading, and bringing back the armor stages could allow someone to use the same armor set while bringing the armor set up to date from any point in the game. Now, I don't think this should really change the visuals of the armor, especially with transmog systems becoming more common. The only visual changes that should happen are when the rank version of that armor has visual changes that are different. Otherwise, I think it should stay the same visually. The main parts from this armor upgrading mechanic, it allows you to keep your armor up to date as you move through the game. You spend hours upon hours perfecting your armor in high rank, then going to G rank / master rank. You wouldn't need to replace your armor and instead could upgrade it to be G rank / master rank armor. To quickly explain why I don't think the system should return with every level requiring monster parts, Frontier is designed as an MMO. It's meant to have a longer grind. The other games, though, I don't like the idea of requiring such a grind for every single armor piece for other players. I like grinding to get to the end of the game. Despite that, I don't want the non-MMO entries in Monster Hunter to have the kind of grind Frontier has. Thank you for listening to me talk about one of my favorite parts of Frontier. I'd love to see a version of one of my favorite systems from Frontier in new entries in the Monster Hunter franchise. What are your thoughts? Are there things you'd like to see changed about this system if it were brought back? And are there any systems from Frontier you'd like to see me talk about?